Okay, this is going to be the first of what hopefully turns out to be many of this type of video. Now I already, excuse me, I've already talked about my story a little bit, but I figure for those who are actually interested, or if you don't know me and you want to know more about me, I figure you could get into this. Um, I figured I could go more in depth and create like episodes or whatever of like character info or a particular group info. Um, Now, this first one is going to be about the Necromancers, which in my story, when the gods first create mankind, um, they give mankind the gift of magic. So, a select group of individuals, specifically 20 individuals, form a group, and this isn't to say that, this group is the only group who practices this way. But, sorry, no, these 20 practitioners of magic form a group of necromancers. Now, these necromancers, if anybody is familiar with the term, it's, magic of the dead. They use dead bodies to either, they're trying to either raise the dead, make themselves immortal, or they use, dead bodies, or they do unethical things with the dead. So, and like I said, just because this group is, they call themselves the Necromancers, that doesn't mean they're the only ones. It just means that they're the ones who decided to make a group. Okay, now, like I said, there are 20 of them, and I can't remember. There are so many of them, I can't remember all of them. But essentially, what they do, they go around and, like I said, do unethical things. A couple of notable ones, though. There was one called Elmium, and she created another group, which I'll talk about in a later video, called the Chiropterans. And that was basically her final stand. Other practitioners of magic were, hunting her for using for practicing necromancy. So her final stand was basically she used her last bit of essence to create these Chiropterans so that they fought off her attackers. So that was one. Another one was his name was Hortath, I believe. And Hortath, he created, it's basically like the Chiropterans, but it's a different species. It's known as the lupines. And his was just to protect the forests and his well-being. He was, he embodied the forest. Each necromancer embodied a different part of, I guess life you'd call it, but there's one for life, there's one for death, there's one for shadow and the forest and water and earth and wind, that kind of thing. So, basically, the necromancers continued practicing and doing all these things, and the gods decided, Yes, the gods gave them the ability to use the magic, but they decided that, mankind wasn't ready to know the secrets of immortality, or they weren't meant to fool around with death. So they basically banished uh, anybody who practiced necromancy to the underworld. They created hell for them, and over time they become corrupt, and they turn into demons. And a few of these, um, excuse me, a few of these necromancers, the most powerful among them, became the demon lords. So there's Andrian, who is the ruler of the demon lords. He was the most powerful, and he became the demon of shadow. There's Lafesh, which is the demon of mischief. She embodied mischief when she was a necromancer, and she became the demon of mischief. There's Arthas, who is the demon lord of death. I just had Zathar, the demon lord of fire, and Kaluna, the demon lord of life. Like I said, and that's basically it on the necromancers. They became demons. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and look forward to more on my story.